This is Secretly Awesome, sponsored by Hiscox Insurance. I'm Roxy T, an entrepreneur and furniture designer. I find inspiration for my designs in everyday life and love including fun, unexpected elements. And that's what this show is all about. We find and celebrate companies, products, and experiences that are secretly awesome. Maya Angelou once said that her mission in life was not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And these women entrepreneurs are doing just that. From a female welder unafraid to make sparks fly in her male-dominated field,
I'm here to keep it moving,
to a young entrepreneur breaking hearts with her unique and fun dessert business.
I loved baking my whole life.
These trailblazing women aren't just leading the way forward, they're making it their mission to lift up other women along the way. This is Secretly Awesome, sponsored by Hiscox Insurance. Plant parents, this Black-owned coffee shop is for you. They're all about bringing the lush, soothing nature of plants to your space and celebrating Black creators in the process.
What's up, girl?
We thought that the greenhouse was the perfect combination of things that we already loved: home goods, plants, coffee.
We also wanted to be intentional about having life in people's homes and being able to have people purchase things or be surrounded by things that felt really uplifting for their spirit. And so we put all those things together and came up with the Black Girls Greenhouse.
Our very first customer that actually came in sort of set the tone, I feel like, for what's been pretty consistent since we've been open. And on her way out of the door, she said, "This is revolutionary, what you guys are doing."
The reality is a lot of these spaces are really beautiful, but also they can feel very elitist and very privileged. And for us, it's a double pandemic for Black people and maybe a triple pandemic for Black women, to be honest. So, the reality was we just wanted to tap into some joy to create a space that just allowed us to celebrate, reflect, and showcase the work of Black people, Black women, Black culture.
So first of all, you're on MLK, which is super significant to us here in West Oakland. You're gonna walk in and, of course, because it is COVID, you get to sanitize your hands upon entry.
I think for one, when people think of the neighborhood that we're in, they don't necessarily think of a beautiful and joyous space. And I think that a lot of the narrative that's out there now is that people who live in certain types of communities don't want or aren't deserving of places that specifically lean towards curating joy and feeling good and wellness and togetherness and all of those things. And so I think that's a really significant part of where our physical location is.
Immediately kind of are taken off of, this street and into what we like to call some form of an oasis.
We wanted the space as a whole to feel like just sort of an escape from the outside world and everything that's going on. You're surrounded by trees, you're surrounded by the beautiful greenhouse. We've got music playing. You can come and sit, take a deep breath, take a sip of coffee, take in your purchase before you head back out into the world. So this is sort of our main attraction here. This is the greenhouse that we had custom painted. People are welcome to come inside. We've got a lot of our plants and also some more of our lifestyle goods on display here.
We've got pots, hand painted, custom pieces. We've got some really meaningful apparel. We've got our coffee barista, Blythe Coffee. We support Black makers. We've been buying Black. Jamaica and I are committed to having a space that doesn't force them to fight to get their merchandise in or to fight to justify their pricing, or that they're deserving to be on shelf space.
Here at the Black Girls Greenhouse, this is my first time ever having my items in a space, and I'm so excited. I come from the East Coast, and we don't really have spaces like this, in my opinion, where people can just come, whether hang out, spend time, just learn different things.
This year, I was asked to be a standing pop-up,
at the greenhouse. So it's been a really amazing journey. So please, everybody, come on down and, come through and have some coffee.
That's money that's going back into our community, and that's a form of activism for Jamaica and I. We are prioritizing our community, and we are prioritizing the celebration, the reflection, the joy, the professionalism that is behind an array of Black women and Black makers and artists.
Style, creativity, love, harmony, all of that. Black women do that.
And as far as non-Black people are concerned, they have found joy in that space as well. Even having a candle that says Black Girls Greenhouse in their home, it doesn't bother them, and they're understanding what the role that they have to play in things and in life in order to get us to a place where we're no longer having to kind of tokenize, oh, there's this Black this happening, and there's a Black maker, and look at this Black first whatever. It's like we're trying to move past all of that and really get into a place where it's like, we exist, we're taking up space, and we're deserving of it.
I love it. We bought a couple plants, and actually a small little plant for my daughter for her 18th birthday.
I feel like I'm amongst family when I'm here. I can pull up, buy a plant, buy some coffee, chit chat with the ladies, and then head on my way. So I'm excited about it. And as shown by the fact that I've been here 3 times in the past month.
Where can I do all of that and look around at every corner and see someone who looks like me, see photos and imagery and products that resonate with me on varying levels? That's how I feel about it.
Because it's an absolute vibe.
Exactly. It's a beautiful time to grow.
Yeah.
Tech Ladies started as a small coffee meetup of women working in the technology industry, but it soon grew to a thriving online community.
The more diverse your team is, I think that different perspective is so crucial.
Here's how they're connecting women in tech all over the U.S.
More companies should definitely hire more women, especially more women of color and more moms. The more diverse your team is, I think that different perspective is so crucial. And we're especially seeing now with the rise of AI and machine learning that biases can really be built into products. I can't tell you how many times I've been on Twitter and a woman has shown something and we're all like, did they not have a woman in the room who realized that this was going to be used for stalking? And our mission is really just to support women working in the technology industry, whether that's in product or design or development. Tech can be a lonely place for women, especially there are a lot of women who are the only woman on their team. And so we wanted to create a space where women and other gender minorities in the tech industry can come together and network and help build their careers. So Tech Ladies started as a small coffee meetup in 2015, and now we're a thriving online community. We have weekly webinars and a members-only job board. I think even if you don't know exactly where you see your career going, a good network is going to help you get there, no matter what you end up wanting to do. And so having other awesome women in your corner who can tell you what they're making, who can coach you through salary negotiations, who can say, no, that's not cool that your boss just said that to you, who can recommend you for other roles, and also, be an ally outside of the office too, right? Who can talk to you about investing or juggling work and childcare, and all of those things. It doesn't stop at the office line. I think it's really important to have women who get it in your life to help support you. There's so many job boards out there now, especially remote-focused job boards, and I think one thing that really sets ours apart is how curated it is, and we post every single job ourselves, and that allows us to review every single job before it's posted to make sure that we're working with companies that are building strong cultures that are inclusive for women in the tech industry, and that they're really thinking about, do you need someone with a bachelor's degree? Can someone who went to a boot camp do this role? Are you offering parental leave? And we can really get them to think about some things that they may not have thought about that are unintentionally turning off women from applying for their roles. It's important to have Hiscox insurance now more than ever, because especially as a really small team, you never know what could go wrong or what could happen and what could derail things. And so just that peace of mind makes it so much easier. But we're not just about finding jobs, we're about helping you build your career every step of the way, whether you're looking for a job or whether you're really happy with your job and are just trying to level up and get better at it, whether you're trying to go for a promotion or whether, you're really focused on your family right now, but want to make sure that you're keeping your their skills up to date, or just have a place to turn to when you do have a question and want some advice.
Coming up, beneath this welding mask, there's someone you might not expect, but they're looking to change that misconception for good.
You gotta keep fighting. Female, brown, short, I don't care. Fight through it.
Welcome back to Secretly Awesome. Women make up less than 6% of the workforce in the welding industry, but Patrice Frazier wants to change that. She created her company, Weld Jointed, to change the face of the welding industry forever.
Being a female welder, like dinosaur eggs, like they're around. We're just rare. It's rare, but it's a blessing. It took me 7 years to see another female welder. The lack of it is very lonely, if you really want to know the truth. Not being invited to dinners or parties. It get real ugly, but you gotta push through it and you gotta go for it and don't back down. You gotta keep fighting. Female, brown, short, I don't care. Fight through it and you're gonna win. You're gonna win. We're definitely being black and little and a girl, verbal threats and physical threats and just being degraded throughout this process. Big ups to all the women that came before me. I'm here to keep it moving. And let's burn, you know what I'm saying? And let's burn. Female welders only rank it at maybe 3 to 6% now. That's how tough it is. It's about 94% of your day is tough. We might not have a lot of us in the welding game, but being a female welder and seeing your creations come to life, and it's like, this is art. Weld Jointed, that's the name of my company. The average welder is 55, I'm only 35 years old. So I need the help. I'm going to different schools, different nonprofits, reaching out to as many welders as I possibly can. I think that we can make a really good coalition and get more people in. So I'm still making history and showing people that, yo, if I could do it, you can do it. Ballerina was it. I wanted to dance, I wanted to bust a move, but I went the total opposite way. I got into welding because I read the newspaper. The newspaper said it was going to be a shortage of 150 to 200,000 welders needed for America. That's serious to me. Like, if infrastructure need to be built and there's nobody to build it, like, that's going to be kind of dangerous for us. So I was like, well, who's going to build them? I was going through the tunnel and it was a little leak and I panicked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God. If I can like save some lives and melt some metal together, it's on. I actually didn't know anything about welding. I went straight to the Buckhead Martyr Bridge. That was the biggest project that I was on. All the handrails, all the gates, anything shiny on that bridge, these little hands did. I moved from there straight to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and I started doing their handrails. I was definitely intimidated, for sure, and still is. Being a female welder is just building within yourself, having self-confidence, you know, and knowing that if any guy think that they can kind of out-weld you, they're not. I'm fighting for equality in welding, more females, more brown people, more minorities in welding, more people in welding, period. I feel like if I can make welding interesting, a little bit different, I feel like if I could change the outlook of it, maybe give it a new face, and maybe we could bring more people in. So that's why I'm an advocate. That's why it's called Weld Jointed and not just Patrice, the badass welder. You know, it's to join people, you know, to get us together. So with all the crazy things that's going on in the world, yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm trying to bring us together.
Want to find more secretly awesome small businesses? Follow @Localish for more stories about trailblazing women making a difference. And coming up, these hearts were made to be broken. One young entrepreneur's sweet dessert business is inspiring other young women to follow their dreams. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Secretly Awesome. 17-year-old Mariela turned her lifelong love of baking into a successful small business, but it's her specialty chocolate hearts that are breaking the mold.
When
people get it, they're like, what is this? You know, they see a hammer with a heart. They're like, wow, this is a new experience. People would be like, oh, can I get some sweet treats? And I'd be like, you got it. My name is Marielas Delights. I'm 17 years old, I'm a senior, and I am the founder of Marielas Delights. Marielas Delights is my small business that I created this year in January, where I started creating a bunch of different sweets. Some examples of the things that I make are taffy grapes, chocolate-covered pretzels, chocolate-covered strawberries, Oreos, cookies, cakes. Of course, my most popular item, the breakable hearts, which are chocolate hollow hearts, and you can stuff them in with whatever you'd like. Breakable hearts around here in the area, they're not very known, you know, so when people get it, they're like, what is this? So then they break it and it's just a surprise inside.
Oh, it's got candy inside. I didn't know that.
What people put in them is ultrasounds, jewelry, makeup, pictures, money. They put plane tickets inside. A lot of people get really creative with it. I loved baking my whole life. When I was little, I did not watch cartoons. I watched the cooking channel, Food Network, and my mom would buy me, you know, aprons and a bunch of cupcake liners and like frostings and stuff like that. So my whole life, I loved baking. So a lot of people, they place their order through my Instagram at Marielas Delights. I get a lot of messages from everywhere, from New York, from California, you know, Mississippi, literally everywhere. And unfortunately, I do not know how to ship yet, but I hope to one day make it available everywhere. It has not processed through my mind like what so much I've accomplished only at 17 and not even graduated high school yet. I'm a senior right now and I play soccer, doing orders for the business. It's very crazy, honestly. Here we have the finished product of the breakable heart. I like baking a lot because I like seeing the reaction of the customer and I like to see them satisfied with my work. And I just love the feeling of having someone love my work.
I cannot get enough of those breakable hearts. Aren't they just the cutest? Coming up, these two sisters came from a long family of gearheads and racing fans, but what happened when they had to take over their family's auto body shop? Stay tuned to find out.
We just love things with motors and wheels.
And later, this young entrepreneur is making a splash with her own custom nail polish line.
I really like to do my nails.
If it has 4 wheels and an engine, these two sisters can make it run. That's why they took over their family's auto body shop and are using their know-how to help fuel other women in the industry.
We're a family-owned company in San Dimas, California. We are an auto body shop and collision repair. We also specialize in doing aftermarket parts and custom builds.
Hold this bumper up like that. Because we just like it. We just love things with motors and wheels, you know?
It's all about being creative and seeing what's new.
LGECTS, this is Sarah, can I help you?
So our love of being around cars and motorsports just grew into our parents starting a shop and working on stuff, and then now we just do this, and this is just what we love, and we love designing things and building things.
Probably like in the late 90s, we started getting vehicles in the Ford booth. It kind of like snowballed from there. I would say that we just kept building cars and submitting proposals and just really started to build our name in our industry for doing project vehicles. We've always grown up going to different car shows and being a part of different things in the community. SEMA stands for the Specialty Equipment Market Association.
It's a trend-setting event. You got to bring your A game when you come to that show, you know. So,
but it's really where we get to go and like show off our skills and what we can actually do and build.
Anything that has the straight axle with the coils has that duck logo.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I get it in my Jeep too.
So we are involved in a couple of different charities. All of the charities are all giving back to our automotive community.
Yeah.
My sister started a charity called A Real Deal Revolution, where it's a skilled trade, putting tools in the hands of women and children, like to not be afraid, take that intimidation out, go out there.
Actually being creative and creating with your hands is something that's very rewarding to people that I don't think people understand until they do it. You feel empowered that you did something like that. I don't care if you're a female or a male, you still have to prove yourself in any way, shape, or form. So it's really about being respected by what you do. We walk our talk, you know, and that's what it's about.
Where most 10-year-olds just like painting their nails for fun, this young entrepreneur has already turned her love for nail polish into a small business.
Sissy B Nail Polish is a toxic-free, water-based nail polish. I got the idea because for my 10th birthday, me and my mom wanted to be creative since we couldn't go nowhere because of COVID.
We were planning to take a trip. And so because we couldn't do that, I said, well, how about I take that same money and invest in my child?
So we thought of having a nail polish business because I really like to do my nails. My sister and my brother call me Sissy, and since my last name starts with a B, we could just put those two together and call it Sissy B Nails.
It started out really small, like I wasn't thinking about a website, I wasn't thinking about having her polish at different stores or anything like that. But the more me and Kylie talked, the more I realized that this truly is an opportunity.
My family is very proud of me and what have I achieved since COVID-19. If you never give up and you don't shut down, you can be very successful.
The goal is really to inspire and help the community see that even though COVID is horrible and it has affected all of us, there are still little pockets of hope and inspiration so our kids can still thrive during this time.
Well, ladies, if there's one thing I learned today, it's that we can do anything we put our minds to.
You know, we exist, we're taking up space, and we're deserving of it.
Fight through it, and you're gonna win.
It's really important to have women who get it in your life to help support you.
I hope you're as inspired as I am by all of these incredible women. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow me on @Localish for more secretly awesome small businesses wherever you are.